Hi, today we're going to compare the mean absolute deviation of two different data sets. MAD, mean absolute deviation, we're going to compare the number of pages in books in two different data sets. So I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's mysteries and science fiction, but two different data sets. So I've already started the first data set. The values are 186, 205, 192, 189, and 226. They have a mean of 199 and 6/10, and then I calculated the deviations. Okay, so 199 and 6/10 minus 186 gave me a deviation of 13 and 6/10. 205 minus 199.6 is 5.4, and so on. So we've got deviations then of 7.6, 10.6, and 26.4. This is a large deviation. This number's quite a bit bigger than some of the other numbers. So now we're going to calculate the MAD. The MAD would be 13 and 6/10 plus 5 and 4/10 plus 7 and 6/10 plus 10 and 6/10 plus 26 and 4/10 divided by 5. So the MAD for that value is going to be, let's see if I can set this where I can find it, 13 and 6/10 plus 5 and 4/10 plus 7 and 6/10 plus 10 and 6/10 plus 26 and 4/10 for a total of 63 and 6/10. Dividing by 5, I've got a mean absolute deviation of 12 and 72 hundredths. So 12 and 72 hundredths is the deviation. So if I rounded that to the nearest tenth, that would be 12 and 7/10. I take a look at the 7, the number in the tenths place. The number next to it is smaller than 5, so I just truncate it. So typically, the number of pages would be within 12 and a half, roughly 12 and a half pages of 199 pages. Let's go ahead and calculate the mean of our second data set. So our second data set is 212, 198, 200, 190, and 205. So the mean would be 212 plus 198 plus 200 plus 190 plus 205, which I'll squeeze into the end there, divided by 5. So my mean is going to be 212 plus 198 plus 200 plus 190 plus 205 for a total of 1005, dividing that by 5. So my mean is 201. We can already see that this second data set has about 1.5 more pages per book. Not a huge difference. Now let's calculate the MAD. So I'm going to look at the deviations. So the deviation would be 212 minus 201 for a deviation of 11. 201 minus 198, I believe that is 3. Double check my math. Yep, it's 3. 201 minus 200. And notice it doesn't matter if it's a positive or negative. It's just going to be going as the absolute value. I don't care which direction. I'm showing it slightly differently than you would have seen it last Thursday. 201 minus 190 is 11. And I'm checking all of the numbers because we all know I've been known to make a mistake or two in my life. 205 minus 201 is a deviation of 4. So now to calculate the MAD, so the MAD on this data set would be 11 plus 3 plus 1 plus 11 plus 4 divided by 5. And we'll round that one to the nearest tenth also. So it would be 11 plus 3 plus 1 plus 11 plus 4 equals, that's 30 divided by 5. So it's got a deviation of 6, and that was an exact number. So if I compare them, like I said, the mean on this one is 199 and 6/10. The mean on this one is 201. The MAD for the first data set is 12 and 7/10. The MAD on this one is 6. So if I had to write, oh, ran out of space, sorry about that, I'll just slide it up. Okay, just rewrote the data so it's easy to compare in one single location. So a couple of statements. The second data set is slightly larger, and I might even put in very slightly larger, with about 1 1/2. Let's be specific. With about 1 4/10 more pages per book. Okay, that's a statement of fact. And then I would have to say the MAD of the first data set is greater. It is 6 7/10. Well, actually, I'm going to change that up. It is almost twice, because 6 times 2 is 12. Or there is probably about, let's see if I can make another mistake here. It is about twice the deviation of the second set. There is more variability by 6 7/10 pages in the first set of books. I could also say that the second set of books is more consistent. Okay, so this is the sort of statement I'm looking for. If I ask for a few sentences, I would be looking for something like these two sentences. This would be another good set of sentences. Just 2 or 3 sentences to compare the variability in the two data sets. Have a great day. Your assignment is looking pretty similar.